cool. You know, that's cool. But I don't want anybody to feel like they can buy a vote for whatever amount. So that's just one of the things that a legislator and a senator we have to balance before we go back. When a legislator gets the opportunity to actually meet one-on-one with someone that comes up there to visit with them, when it's someone like you get more attention than a lobbyist or a PAC person. Because we don't see that, again, very often. But I find that the people that really can get the attention, I gave you the example of the pass around of those plates. They had the place packed with senior citizens and people in disabled persons in wheelchairs. They packed the house. I don't know if any of you guys were involved in that, but that was impressive, okay? I remember going in early in the morning, they had people, and it was cold as heck out there. They had people sitting in their wheelchairs as we're going into the parking lot. I mean, signs up, banners up, all around the legislature. That is impressive, okay? You have those same people, before they even came up for their advocacy day, they had hundreds and hundreds of people calling us. Not just me, they're calling all of us, the state legislators, the state senators. They sent email, they had email campaigns. If you have people that are up there in your face, going from legislator to legislator, telling you, please do not cut our funding for disability or our waivers for disabled, where that was one of the big issues, where right now people with disability, they're able to have people come to their homes, and they're called PD waivers. That was a huge issue. But they did an outstanding job. Very outstanding. Those people, they were there, the legislators, and they would have been a fool not to listen to them. You have to take into account, even though you have all those lobbyists and PAC people there, I don't think we need to be there if we can't take the time to listen to the people that we affect directly. That is so important. There's an organization called the Invisible Kansas. They had a postcard campaign. I got 3 different postcards from this organization. And it's not one postcard. It's people that are affected or that have disabilities, and they had them just to sign their name and their address. I got hundreds of those. Again, that's what it takes to influence and lobby the legislature. Because those legislators, they know, if they don't listen to you, why are they there? And they know that they're temporary if they do it too often. So it's up to us. I consider myself one of those disabled people. I am a constituent, even though I'm an elected official. I was involved before that, and I want to make sure that my needs are taken care of, people that I know are taken care of, and my family. So it is very important that our leaders and our elected officials listen to us. But, again, you have to have like an organized strategy. The more organized it is, the more effective it is. And believe me, when those people, when those senior citizens came up there, and those disabled people, those disabled group, they came up there and they were right there when we're going into the chambers. It's like you had to walk through just trying to get in there, you know, because you will have to see all of them. I was very proud to see that. But it also let me know that I have a serious job to do, and I can't take it for granted. But there's a flip side of that, too. There are some people that I've seen that I wish I hadn't seen, because some people, they can be kind of very overly pushy, you know, and they want the way they want it, and they expect you. Sometimes they'll tell you, when you're my elected official, and you got to do as I say do. Those type of people, that you get a deaf ear. I mean, so you have to kind of weigh it, you know, because you have someone that assumes that you got to do what they tell you to do. A lot sometimes we all end up delete, delete, ignore, ignore. I had a gentleman, sometimes you come across some constituents that they support or they just they're against every issue. I know them by first name, of course. Usually know their spouses because they're the ones that you'll find, and I was told this being an elected official, I can probably count like 10 people that I know on a first hand, but they contact you on every issue. Every issue. And it doesn't matter what it is they don't like or they don't like what you did on a certain issue. But that's just part of the job. So you have to deal with it. But at the same time, they are building a relationship with me, but I don't know how positive it's going to be because I hate to hear them call or when their email come up, I'm like, oh Lord, I know it can't be good. So you want to make sure you have a positive relationship at least, you know. You don't want someone to like, oh darn, you know, again. But for most people aren't like that. Like I have 10 in my area. But I still try to be polite and respectful of all of them because we all have different opinions about different things. So, but say for instance, like if one of you guys was to call me, a lot of times it's best to contact me before, like now is a great time because we don't have the pressure of the legislature of going to committee. It's like being in college to me. We go from one committee to the next committee to the next committee to the floor, back to a committee. So you don't get a chance to talk to your constituents the way you would like. And then our emails, there's so many of them. And a lot of times, those letters that you'll see in your packet that will get you a little bit later, they're usually the same type of letters. But I usually try to go through and pick out, or my secretary helps me do this because there's just so many of them. They'll pick out ones that are from Wichita, and I will separate anything that comes from Wichita as a priority for me, because you're going to get them from all over the whole state when it's a really big issue. And then I try to prioritize it to the people that are actually in my district as ones that I try to call immediately. By doing that, I'm trying to provide a service to my community because I know it's important. But however, you still need to do that as an organization to get your attention, to get up front with them. And in regards to this organization, if you know a legislator that has lupus or that has someone that's affected with lupus, that does help. You want to try to build a relationship with them because they'll probably spend more time with you. Or say for instance like on the smoking issue, I keep saying that because it's supposed to be a huge issue next year. If you know a legislator, say for instance if you're for it and you know someone that is for it, that is that's pro-smoking ban or against it, you might want to talk to those legislators first when you're trying to get an issue or trying to get a bill passed. I said before, those relationships are very important. They can be negative or they can be positive, but trying to start early really makes a big difference because when we get out on the floor, it is just so busy. As I told you before, I have lupus. There's times that it gets so busy in there that I have to just lay down and take a break. When I got elected, I told them, I said, I have this disease and sometimes I get really, really tired. So they have a cot. I'm the only one up there that has a cot in there. And I haven't had to do it but like 3 times. But sometimes we're just ripping and running, that I had to I call it like my little power nap, 10 to 15 minutes. But it could be so busy, it could be kind of exhausting, and my family think I'm crazy for even doing this. But I thought, who better could represent and who better could speak for us than someone that